It's okay. There's an accounting office whose appointment is clear within the law. So if a masquerader goes away, what's the problem?
Exactly.
And before the work had not been done. So I want to request that be put off maybe 10 days to get our technical people to get a properly articulated explanation and the work being done by. In the Ministry of Lands, there is the survey department, there is the valuation, there is the cartography, all these things. We need to get all these departments so that the committee is fully briefed of what is being done.
Honorable colleagues, that is the minister's request. But Honorable Minister, no, these ones they're separate. We shall handle them. But we expected the minister also to come and present, like we did with civil aviation and the other departments that report to us. It's a month now since we wrote the first letter. And the minister is telling us 1 month down the road they are not ready. So, he's asking for 10 days. Honorable.
Thank you, Chair. We all know that ministry is the voice of this country, and it is in your interest, Honorable Minister, that this committee is abreast with whatever is being done in the ministry. Your funding is so minimal, as if RAND is in the periphery of other ministries. Yet RAND is good. We really want to know how. I can tell you one time, Chair, I stood up on the floor of Parliament. One of the ministers didn't have a vehicle. I stood up by the chairman of the committee. I said, we need to have money for a vehicle for the minister. The minister stood up and said, I don't mind about the vehicle. But at the end of the day, they bought the vehicle for him. And that was the Albert Lamani. He was shy. We want us to know what you are doing and your challenges, not on the environment or concerning the midterm review, sector review. We are together. We have the same mind. But if we keep off, because you know what it means, we shall not be well informed about what's happening, what hurts you, and of course what hurts you should be hurting us, because we move together. So the area we need, the better. You have seen this issue. You have seen it. It is under your supervision, but you can see the message there. This funding is finished, is getting up to December. So if we don't pull up and we wake up, call, what will happen? We shall lose out. Thank you.
So, Honorable colleagues, I want us to agree on the number of days, and we close that, then we start with the years.
Mr. Chairman, Minister has requested for 10 days. I think in the interest of having information that is not half-baked, for them not to say that we rushed them, it is my considered opinion and convince my colleagues that we allow them, Mr. Chairman, the 10 days that the Minister has requested, we get the information that we really need from them. Because they need to take us through what they do and the challenges, such that by the end of the day, at least we can offer oversight from an informed point of view.
Thank you. In my view, the point of rushing them does not arise because it's a month. We were supposed to be the 27th July. And that was, we had written 2 weeks, I think, back, which you let us get, but it's okay.
Yeah. I think the ministers and the team in the Ministry of Lands are in their comfort zone. Maybe for them they are comfortable with what they have. Because I don't see how it is over a month since we were expecting them here and still information is not forthcoming. So maybe they, or do they think that we are just wasting time? This committee is here to support the ministry, ensure that it receives the necessary resources but also performs, because there are a lot of land transactions that take place. So this is a key sector in terms when we're trying to look at non-tax revenue. There's a lot of money generated from the Ministry of Lands to the consolidated fund, and we want it to perform even better. So if you are not forthcoming, then how shall we support you as a committee? It becomes difficult. So, Chair, we may not push much, but we have to give them the 10 days. We may not push, yes, we will just have to go by that. But also, most importantly, Uganda Land Commission. Honorable Minister, there was a report of this House on the Uganda Land Commission. I am still seeing people that this committee, I mean the Parliament, recommended that they should be removed from office. And they are still there, sitting, holding office. I don't know under what instrument they are holding offices. No, I see Mr. Professor Nyeko, Ben Mogi, because the appointment of the chairperson of the Uganda Land Commission is clear how this person can be appointed. And if somebody says I'm acting chairperson of the Uganda Land Commission, can we know how? Whether you have an appointment from I don't know where, sit in that office as acting chairperson of the Uganda Land Commission.
Thank you. Let's first agree one of the number of days. You see why I'm not worried of extending the 10 days? It's because you have had a month and not done anything. So I don't want you to count it on anyone that you will not be given time. But for me, if I were you, I would take this matter more seriously. So we grant you the 10 days from today, and still we will remind you in a letter and outlining what we expect of you. Apparently, the reason we want to interface with you holistically is for us to understand you better and see the areas of support where we can. But also to see where we shall check you, because as you can see, Honourable Minister, you were equally shocked. Why I brought you in is because I realized you are shocked with what the gentleman was reporting. Yet these are your officers. And you have to assume that every ministry has a top management. And some of these challenges are given or highlighted. So let's count 10 days from today, and the clerk will remind you in the new course. And what is the senior minister? She in the country?
Chair, she is not in the country, but I want also to inform members that I want to take personal responsibility for this, and I will be sure that within that next 10 days, the reports are here. We have challenges in district land boards. We've seen this in the papers. We have challenges in survey and mapping. Titles being given in the lake. We have challenges of double titling and triple titling. We have challenges about the valuations. We have challenges, for example, as the Honorable Sarah said, money being generated by the ministry goes to a consolidated fund, but virtually nothing comes back. You have the land information system where the loan was $200 million to be paid over 40 years. However, within 6 years, we had generated $300 million paid over within the grace period. But nothing comes back. And the land information is crippling down for lack of funding. So all these are issues which must bring here and get support. So definitely, I undertake that within these next 10 days, we shall work hard with the team, and we will come back here with information, and we will really get your support.
Okay, thank you. We submitted the report. I'm very constrained for pursuing that line. I think let's handle this matter as it is. We had agreed during that time that the professor is not acting chairperson because there's nothing like that. But I understood him when he introduced himself as acting chairperson because he's used to doing that. Because they sit and select him as the acting. So I think out of that, he's used to that. And I don't want to go into that much of it. But
Chair, it is, well, you may say you're conflicted. This is not a matter of conflict, whether you're conflicted or not. This is a matter of law. The law does not provide for an acting chairman, and it's over a year, I think 2 years, when he moves around as an acting chairman. It's an issue of the law. The Honorable Minister, he's a lawyer and he knows this. That there is a chairperson who has not been dismissed from office.
what is the status? The Honorable Minister, you're a lawyer. Just for a brief, give us an update. What is it? Actually, last time you came, you clarified that there is no such a thing as such. But things would have changed. Maybe you update us just briefly. So now we move.
Honorable Chair and honorable members, the law remains as it is, and as you put it in your report. And I think Professor Mogi has explained that every day a resolution is passed to act for that particular day, and he's used to hearing that, and so there's no more introducing himself. But Chair, actually the position at law is that there is no position of acting chairperson.
Thank you. I think for you, sir, the title, the nomenclature of the title is now clear. And I assume so that because in the last interface with us, he was frequently appointed as the acting chair. So it got into him that he is, but that is not major. Let's leave it at that. We wrote you and requested for some documents. Status of implementation over the last 3 years, highlighting the amounts paid to beneficiaries of the land fund. Details.
Chair. So, from what I heard, I think I have no business here. So I'm getting out because I've been doing this work probably legally. So through the minister here, I beg to leave.
Honorable Minister,
Yeah, I think that's not a record, maybe, because you have frequently allowed Professor Mogi to appear here despite the uncertainty of the legal position, and we have communicated here that by repetition of use, that is accepted so that work continues. So I think what has happened is not, I request that it not be put on record.
Chair.
This House of Records.
Honorable colleagues, let's proceed to serious issues. Let's proceed to serious issues. We needed
the last point I want to make that the team is still here from the Uganda Land Commission, and the presentation can be
Honorable colleagues, let's go through that. I don't find any meaning what he has done. That's why I'm not paying any attention.
That's what we want to put it right.
So you want to arrest him?
It's a lot.
It's okay, that we can manage at an appropriate time. Yep. So, it's okay. There's an accounting office whose appointment is clear within the law. So if a masquerader goes away, what's the problem?
Exactly. Is that chairman?
No, but you see, you cannot treat us like this.
Yes.
And you think you go away with it.
Exactly.